How do you do, friends? Welcome in part 16. Our playthrough can drive of Red Dead Redemption 1 with a therapist. Great to have you all here. Last episode sure was interesting. The next one I'm sure will be as well. So do hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, comment, all that fun stuff. Thanks for being along for the ride. I know it's an old game, but your willingness to engage the playthrough regardless is a lovely thing. So thank you for doing that. Alright. Let's see what you got. Come back between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. Okie dokie.
Howdy.
Time is it? 3. Alright, deal me in, bitches. $100, here we go. Time flies when you put tons of money in on poker. Alright, skip the help. Alright. Oh, I'm dealing to start. Oh, baby.
Of course.
What we got? Jack 3. I'll set the tone. I'll go in on the blind, but anybody raises, I'm out.
Fair enough.
All right. Hits a jack. Checks around. All right, so either somebody's got a king on the board and they're slow playing it, or I have the high pair with the jack. 2 clubs on the table, which means I have a gut shot flush draw. The only thing that's going to beat me right now is a king or 2 pair. So they all checked around, probably trying to feel me out, and because I feel like I have some leverage, I can get some people out here. If I'm going to raise what the blind was by 10, do 150% of the blind. So let's see if we can get a few people out here.
Okay then, I'll place a bet.
If nothing else, they're going to think that I'm sitting on either a king or a jack, because that's really the only way that you would bet that. So he just checked. I get a 3, which is a crazy-ass kicker because nobody's going to assume that I'm going to run 2 pair on jacks and 3s. That's huge. So even if he's got kings, which would beat me, or if he had jack 8, that would beat me, I can reel him in here. So the nice thing is, because I already bet, he knows I've got something. So I'm gonna raise it up a little bit to make him think that I have the king. Maybe make him think I have like king jack or something like that. So let's go 45.
It's no fun if you don't ever bet.
He calls. He's gotta have a king.
Well, I can get real lucky on this hand.
So there's no flush chance on the board. There is no straight chance on the, well, there's a, if he has 9-10, yeah, there's no straight chance on the board either. So I've got this I gotta have this in the bag. The only way he wins this is if he has king and one of those other cards. And I'm inclined to believe that he's in on kings. So let's see. Let's go 130 here.
Sure, I'll gamble.
He raises to 260? What the hell? I'm calling that on jack 3. You're insane if you're going in on this on kings.
I'll call.
Pair of kings. Boom. Knew it. He should have raised on the turn, which is the 4th card that came out. If he raised on the turn, I would have thought he might be sitting on 2 pair. But when all he did was call me on the turn, it was over. That was huge. Man, this got 30% up. I'm going to play till the sun comes up. All right, we got 4-8 offsuit. I'm gonna fold that.
I'm done.
我唔想掂啲啤牌啊！
Bet.
Already?
All right, go fast forward here.
Like you haven't been home for
All right, 2 queen. Yeah, why not?
Think I'm gonna call.
I got some chips to play with, so raises to 51. Do I want to go in 31? I want to pay 31 chips to see the flop. Yeah, I do. Probably should fold this, but wow, they're all in on this. All right, jack shit for me.
I see you fancy your hand, sir.
Other than a gut shot flush draw, which is not enough for me to stay in on this. I'm not confident that 2 diamonds are coming out. I don't have a queen. I don't have a 2. I don't have a straight chance. Yeah, we're folding.
Too much for me.
Not worth it.
You scared or something?
You post the big blind to 20. Blinds are basically doing, you have to entice betting somehow. So one person goes in for half the blind, the other person goes in for a full blind. I can check this, which basically means we're going to go straight to it. I'm sitting on pocket 6s in the big blind. That's pretty good. Just for funsies to get a few people out of here, I'm going to raise it.
I think I'll raise.
I call.
Watch out.
Everybody calls. And I
Oh,
get,
hang on.
oh, wow. So I have high pair unless one of them is sitting on pocket pair, which they very well could be. Hitting a 3, hitting 2 3s and a 5. I don't love that. I mean, because I'm on like a gut shot straight draw here, but that's a real reach. Pair of 6s. He throws 71, which means either he has a pair, say like jacks or something like that, or he wants me to believe that he has a pair. The fact that he would call so when I raised the blind, everybody called. Betting made it around the table to me. I don't know who threw that in. Who threw that chip in? Because if I'm the first one to bet after the raise, then I don't know what these other guys are going to have. But at this point, the only way you go in on this is if you have a 3, which one of them could have. Oh, I'm going to fold this.
I'm gonna fold. You ain't much fun.
Jack of diamonds.
That's more like it.
Oh, he gets him with a high bet. Damn, that guy's aggressive. I want to know what he had. I think you have to
Give me
bail
a
out
real
on that.
card now.
Hard not to be cost sunk into a pocket pair, but it's just not strong with what everybody was betting. Especially when you have a jack. I don't usually like to watch hands after I'm doubt, but seeing a jack come out kind of confirms that for me. 10-2 offsuit, folding that shit.
I know your game.
Samoa.
Hey, mister. Is there anything of yours?
Samoa is a
Let's get
aggressive
this show
guy.
on the road.
Do you prefer poker in this game or 2? I don't really remember it that well in Red Dead 2, so... I mean, poker's poker. 5-7 offsuit. I'm not in on a blind.
I've seen
Fold.
see a man walk around with Help?
Wow. King high spade flush. Okay. Pocket 3s. All right, here we go. And it looks like it's morning, so we're going to play this hand and see what happens.
I'm calling. Wake me up when you fancy playing.
Damn, I mean, grand.
2, 4, 9. So I'm hitting on a couple pairs. If somebody's got a 4 or a 9, they've got me beat. I got a gut shot straight draw. I could check this and try to get to the next hand, or I could try to maybe bluff my way out. I'm going to put a little bit of money in on this just to see who wants to bite.
Sure. I'll bet.
I won. Hey, look at that. 70 bucks. I walked out. I went in with 1,000, walk out with 304. See you later, boys.
咁樣算係咩英雄啊？
Very
Made
generous,
30 bucks.
fellas.
Not bad.
How about a game of poker then?
30 bucks.
Howdy.
7 o'clock. 6:30. Okay. So here's what a real degenerate gambler does. I gotta kill a half hour. I'm in the casino. I just made 30 bucks. Play blackjack for 50. Play with house money, huh? Oh god. All right. I'm gonna play.
Just ran over a Chinaman. I saw it.
I'm gonna play 50. 50. Go. High roller.
All right.
Alright, what we got? What do we got? Sitting on an 18. Dealer shows 10. God damn it. I gotta stand.
I'm all right.
He got a blackjack, so look good for him.
That's quite
He
enough.
stands at 17. Dealer flips a 20. Of course he does. Of course
For
he does.
Christ's sakes.
That
Yeah,
Alex
for
T.
Christ's
Davenport
sakes is
eradicator
right.
soap will strip rhyme from an anvil. Believe me.
I got 20 bucks to play with, so.
Hi there.
12 is the worst. Oh, he's sitting on a 6. So I'm gonna have to hope he busts out. I don't want to. God, 12 sucks. I turn a face card, I bust out. Anything else is gonna help me. No, I'm gonna stand on 12 with him having a 6 on the board.
Stupid. I'm staying.
Please be a 16. 13, 10.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Yes. Good.
That Barrington Apollo
Good.
razor will give you the cheeks of a newborn.
Hell yeah. All right, we're back up to where we started.
Think I'm gonna go spend some of my winnings.
See you later, fellas. That was a good time, and it is 5 to 7. Perfect. He was sitting on a 7, 8, or a 10. 7, 8, 9, or 10. I'm probably hitting there. But with him sitting on a 6, he has to hit on a 16. So if he flips a 16, then he's likely to bust out. So, all right. I was gonna do the professor. So, do the professor. If you like the poker, I'm gonna do a whole poker episode after we're done with it. This dude's a mess.
Marston, sir. It's good to see you, old bean. Good to see you.
And you too, Professor.
Forgive me. I am in a state of remarkable agitation, partly due to standard narcotic impulses, but also due to the fact that I have finally solved the riddle that has tormented my mind these past 8 years.
Oh. So he is in a vicious cycle. The allure of stimulants is that you are capable of a lot. In the same way that a person with bipolar, when they go through mania, is able to do a lot of stuff. I don't necessarily mean that in a good way either. It can be pretty rough. Like, you have this massive surge of energy. You can do a lot of shit. You can get a lot done. And it can be a pretty great experience, albeit one where you can get pretty, like, twitchy and, oh, something's up. But the thing that's worse is that the crash after this is brutal. And it's hard to get yourself back to, like, a normal baseline. And so the terrible sequence you get into is that when you are hopped up on stimulants, you get a lot of shit done, or you set a tone where you basically overbook yourself, and then you crash, and there's absolutely no way you're going to fulfill it. So the only way that you get back to it is to hit the stimulants again. And as you do that, you progressively move your baseline, and that's not great. So this dude is in a vicious cycle here where he is tweaking out. He's excited, but he's also probably feeling a sense of being trapped in his own experience, which is not a great thing. Unfortunately, you kind of like set a tone for yourself. If you are doing something that requires you to be hopped up on stimulants in order to do it, you're setting a pretty unrealistic tone for yourself. And there are whole like cultures and spaces where like cocaine use runs rampant because people want that extra edge, and it creates a terrible, terrible cycle. I do not envy him right now.
What's that?
The nature of the savage soul! What makes some societies great, like ours, and others, yeah, not worse. I would never use a pejorative such as worse, but lesser!
Meaning?
What makes these beings less human than us? Closer to beast on the continuum between animal and God. You know, I argued with Fortescue at Yale about this. It caused a minor scandal. But I shall be proven right, sir. I shall. Mark my words. I shall show them all what civilization is all about. The redskins and the nubs at Yale. Come, sir. I have a way to sate both our desires. I will bring you, Vanderlint, and me, the evidence of savages reverting to type. Come, sir.
Again, in 2025, this is abhorrent. Abhorrent back then too, but it's a lot more contextually understandable. I'm not condoning it. Not condoning it. But there's kind of like a mandate of like, we want to make sure that we other... Look, if you engage Native Americans as people at this time in history, you have to then live with the unspeakable horrors that you've subjected people to. Like, if you're going to view them as folks who are just like us, then the things we're doing to them are absolutely abhorrent. It engages empathy. So this guy doing research in the spirit of proving that natives are less than essentially indulges people's expectations of natives being less than them as objects, where it's fine that we're doing this because they're not capable of what we're capable of, and we're doing what's in their best interests, in the same way that you might take like a pack of orcas and throw them at SeaWorld. They're like, well, they're just animals. Why you would take folks from Africa and enslave them. Not something you do to people that you see as people. It's something that you do to an object you see as a commodity. And so if you have people that are invested in that bias such that they're even willing to do research as a means to legitimize that, it makes sense during this time period. If for no other reason for him, maybe it's just to indulge his ego. He doesn't want to be wrong about his hypothesis. But yeah, it's terrible. And people prefer to find data that solidifies and justifies the actions they've already made almost universally. I noticed this for the first time in my own life when I wouldn't read like reviews about like video games or golf equipment or anything until after I chose something, and then I would just pour over information about those things that essentially confirmed that I made the right decision for myself. This is a version of that. However, this is a version of that that is infinitely more destructive because it actually harms people. And when we objectify people, like I have talked about in probably every playthrough I've ever done, when you objectify people, humans will subject other humans to horrible things because it cuts your empathy. One of the de facto markers of a person who is legitimately diagnosable as a sociopath is a lack of capacity for empathy. Objectification is just a long scenic route to and making it more possible to engage with something that we would consider to be sociopathy. Sending the natives on the Trail of Tears is, you look into the actual history of that, it is sociopathic. It is mind-blowing that a human could look at another human and make them do that. You go, how? How can you deport people you've never met because of X, Y, and Z trait? How could you do this? And it's all objectification, all fear-mongering, it's all othering, it's all ensuring that you don't see a black-brown person as any more than you see your bookshelf that you can move and sell and do with whatever you please because you own it and it's not actually a human. So all of this is a manner of confirmation bias. It's to make people more comfy with some of the bad decisions they've made. It's scary when people in positions of power and research this is why we have institutional review boards. This is why people have to disclose conflict of interest when they do research and stuff like that. Like, this is also at a time where this guy can do research and there's no oversight on it. Now, if you were going to do this kind of research, oh my God, the IRB would eviscerate you. Absolutely eviscerate you. Anyway.
Where the devil is the Stas? He should be here with the horses. Where is he? Where is he? My heart's beating like a drum.
Try to calm down,
Calm
Professor.
down. I've never been so excited in all my life.
Hello, Professor. Mr. Marston. Whoa there.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
This is it. Years of research.
What were you talking about back there? Where are we
Oh, boy.
going?
NASA's has set up a meeting. A powwow, I think they call it. A meeting of minds, of souls. Don't hang back there like a wet blanket. I'm actually a little nervous, I have to say. A touch of the old jitters.
No kid.
It's no small relief to have the two of you along with me, especially you, Nastas. You really have made remarkable progress in the short time I've known you.
I'm glad you have found it useful.
I've always been a little afraid of savages, if I'm honest. But your mastery of basic English and openness to rational discussion is nothing short of reassuring.
You see, all those years of research were worth it.
Isn't it fascinating? I've actually noticed that your skull is very Caucasian in form. I must have a prod around it at some time.
That's all confirmation bias. It's all confirmation bias. That is, you know, well, you're not really fitting the bill of what my schema of a native is, so I'm going to start looking for ways that I jam my experience of you into my pre-existing expectation. It isn't that to accommodate, to do the more sophisticated, the more intelligent, the more critical thing. He would say, man, okay, so wait a second. I've met a native that is just as engaging, if not more engaging, than white folks that I've met. Is articulate, knows English, probably knows his native tongue, all this other stuff. Maybe my preconceived notions of the natives is wrong. Perhaps it is me. Maybe I need to open up the idea that perhaps everything I thought I knew about natives isn't necessarily true, and I can add more nuance to the way in which I internalize what a Native American is. That's the sophisticated, cool guy, progressive approach. The more obnoxious, short-sighted, conservative approach to this is, no, it couldn't possibly be that my preconceived notions of the natives is incorrect. No, it is that you, sir, have a more Caucasian skull. And that's why I experience you the way that I do. I get to preserve my bias, my bullshit narrative about who the natives are, and I get to make myself comfy with the fact that I know everything there is to know about your experience and who you are, and you, sir, are the anomaly. I get to confirmation bias, I get to assimilate this information into my pre-existing schema instead of challenging myself. The older people get, the harder this is to do. So it's this is why I know I keep beating this dead horse, but this is why representation is so important. This is why engagement with diverse groups of people is really important. This is why so many people who come from homogenous areas like I did, came from Northwest Indiana, Valparaiso, which at the time that I was in high school was like 98% white, and then go to college and you're like, whoa! Holy shit! Everything I thought I knew about all these people I never got to interact with is not actually necessarily true. Some people fit the stereotypes that I have into my own bias, but other people really don't. And what does that mean? Am I going to double down and go, oh my God, this is the blah, blah, blah? Or am I going to go, holy shit, maybe I got some shit to learn about the world? A lot of people will tell you that the first time they leave their space, their homogenous zone, unless they grow up in a very diverse zone, is when they really understand that what they think they know about other people is wrong or is not as nuanced as you'd like to believe. And the way that you appreciate all of that and come together and work together and stuff is to actually lean into this process. The younger you are, the better off you are doing, the better you are doing it. The older you get, the harder it is. So anyway, that's all that's happening right here.
I'd rather you didn't.
So many questions. Have humans evolved into competing subspecies? Why is the white man civilized more quickly? Why does Nastasia dance for rain and sacrifice deer to a myriad of false idols? It's a bear! For the love of God, kill it!
Are you crazy? What's wrong with you?
I don't want to kill the bear.
Come on!
Apparently I have to. That sucks.
My God, that was terrifying! I say we leave before any of its friends turn up.
That's gotta just absolutely kill Nastas.
My goodness, I'm still shaking! What a ferocious animal!
That bear showed no signs of aggression. If we hadn't shot first, it most likely would have ignored us and moved on.
All very well for you to say, but perhaps you have some kind of primal bond with these animals, but I, sir...
Here we are.
They certainly brought a lot of fellows with them. Well, let's get this started. I hope I don't have to smoke a pipe.
It's like... This is like if you like make a friend in college and that friend in college lives in an environment that like you didn't grow up in, and you're gonna like bring your boomer parents to meet them and their parents at like their house, and your like boomer parent is in the back seat and is like saying some racist shit that they hope they don't have to do because they've never actually interacted directly with people like this before. Like that's totally what this feels like. I don't know, it just takes my brain there. Like it's like I like, oh my God, I'm so scared. I have all these preconceived notions about, and you're just like, could you please oh my God. Like, that's what this feels like. And this is what people do, man. Like, this is the power of your preconceived notions. This is why if you only grow up or you only are like habituated around like information that is not accurate or is overly myopic, you engage in a situation like this with more anxiety than you ever need to engage with this in. Like, McDougal's freaking out right now. And it's like, dude, these people are probably fine. Oh, we don't have to smoke a pipe. Oh my God, I haven't talked to savages. I haven't talked to people that are less than and have no way of actually engaging my intellect. Oh, this is going to be so horrible. Are they going to make me wear a headdress and paint my face? Are we going to have to sacrifice a baby goat? Oh. It's like, dude, no. Like, we're going to probably, like, eat steak and have some ice cream and chat and like hang out. This isn't scary at all. I mean, aside from the fact that we're talking to people who are associated with Dutch, who happens to be a white guy and is way more terrifying than anybody else. Just saying. It's just, God, man, it's infuriating because you understand this stuff and you see people be short-sighted on it. It's like, oh, but it is understandable. Like, the people are slave to their limited upbringings, education, representation, etc. And so this is why, if you want to maintain brain plasticity, if you want to be a more sophisticated human, you've got to expose yourself to diversity. You can't run away from it. You run away from it, you try to shut it out, freak out about it, you buy into narratives that it's something you should be afraid of, you are short-sighting yourself in every possible way. Look at all these DEI people in the cabin. Would be the 2025 version of this.
Hello, gentlemen. We come in peace.
Those words mean nothing coming from people like you. Look at what you've done to us. Look at us! We live like animals, scrabbling in the dirt.
Well, violence isn't the answer.
Maybe you live in a different America than we.
Men like Vanderlint will lead you to disaster.
I think we've already experienced disaster. The likes which you could only imagine. Put your hands up!
So, boy. So here's what I hate about what I'm about to say. I'm going to add some real context to this because unfortunately, at the time of me filming this, 2020, early 2025, you're watching this years in the future, we are at a time where discussions about what I am about to talk about have been boogeymaned. Have been hijacked by people in positions of power who control a considerable amount of narrative to make people believe that what I'm about to talk about is something that you should be spooked out over. Something that's like problematic. And it really is just basic, not basic, but it's just psychology and sociology wrapped up into human hierarchical systems and the way that we organize ourselves. That's all it is. Like, none of what I'm about to say is actually political in like a direct way. But what I'm about to talk about has been politicized in a way that is going to have some people probably turn this video off when I start talking. I hope you hang in there with what I'm about to say. One of the things that happens in human interactions, this isn't the natives assuming that McDougal is dangerous and lumping him into a schema about white people is process-wise the same thing that I am saying is problematic that McDougal is doing to natives. It is. They are making an assumption that because McDougal is a white dude, that he is dangerous. And he is pretty harmless. We know that he's harmless. Now, if you're a person who maybe doesn't really understand this stuff, and I don't mean this in necessarily a negative way, you might say, isn't what they're doing reverse racism? Like, are they being racist against a white dude by assuming that he's dangerous? Not quite. And the reason for this is because if every single group of humans was on an equal playing field, you could make that call. But unfortunately, we're not. So in the United States, at this point in time, white people have an outrageous amount of power. Outrageous. White people are decimating the natives, are using slaves, so decimating black folks, running Latino folks into Mexico. Like, white people are like a scourge on this land at this time in history. We are showing up, planting our flag, saying, this is ours, we're better than you, and we know it, and you should deal with it. Come in with disease and machinery and weapons, a gun versus a bow and arrow. I'm taking a gun every single time. White folks have come in and subjected systemically black and brown folks to horrible shit. That's not a political statement. That is a fact. That is what happened at this time. And they're doing all sorts of mental gymnastics to try to make themselves okay with it. Better, we're more sophisticated, this is in your own best interest, yada, 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 right? There's science to back it up. We have different sized skulls, blah, blah, blah. So, The natives, as a result of that power dynamic, do not have the luxury of giving a white dude they haven't met the benefit of the doubt. Because their experience of white people up until this point, in general, has been one of horrific oppression and danger. So, if you understand that dynamic, if you are a white dude who pays attention to these things, then you know that it could potentially be dangerous for you to go into this space, not because the natives are savages, but because they have every right in the world to assume that you are going to do something bad to them. And that it is on you to be the one that shows that that's not the case. And going, I'm a good person, we come in peace, is not gonna do it. If you've watched any of my other playthroughs, you know that the way that you have to do that is to be very empathic. You have to acknowledge it. You have to be like, yo, I know that my presence is scary. You let me know what I need to do in order to show that I'm cool. Like, I know I come in peace, but I get that you don't necessarily believe it. How can I show you I'm cool? I come in hands up, whatever. You figure it out. You talk to Nastas. You say, yo, Nastas, you trust me. What do I need to do in order to make sure that they trust me? If he says, let me do the talking, you let him do the talking. If you are a person who gets defensive about this type of thing and doesn't want to acknowledge that white people have subjected black and brown people to terrible things in history, then you are likely to get shot here. Because you don't get the benefit of the doubt when you are in a dominant and oppressive group. So, understanding the sociological dynamics between people, individual people do not fit the broad overarching issues. So, like, just because white people as a group have been horribly oppressive to the natives doesn't mean that every single white person in the group is racist. Doesn't mean that every single white person in the group is anti-native. But you don't get the luxury when you're in the group that's subjected to the danger to make that distinction on the fly and assume that you're working with one of the anomalies. Which is why it is so important for people in dominant groups to hold each other accountable to doing better on behalf of folks who have traditionally been subjected to terrible shit by that group. That's how you create intergroup change. That's how you handle relationships between people of various identities. You have to show on the whole that you're moving in a direction that is safe, so that you begin to start having that ability to give the benefit of the doubt. So, yes, process-wise, the natives are making an overgeneralization about McDougal in the same way that McDougal is making an overgeneralization about them. It is not dangerous for McDougal to make an overgeneralization about a native in a general sense. It is infinitely more potentially dangerous for a native to not engage that possibility. And the thing I'll leave you with is, like, if you've ever heard the phrase, it's not every man, but it could be any man, the type of thing that women will talk about why they can't give men the benefit of the doubt, because men traditionally are incredibly dangerous to women. So as a man, I may know that I have good intentions, that I'm not going to hurt you, I'm not going to roofie you, I'm not going to assault you, I'm not going to do those things. But you don't get the benefit of making that assumption about me, because there are many men who have taken advantage of that assumption and put women in really horrible positions. So as a man, I have to be mindful of the way that I approach a woman, particularly if a woman is like on her own. I don't get the benefit of being considered safe. So until I show that I'm safe, in which case, cool, right? That I've done the work that I need to do. And that's not laborious. If you're sitting here watching this going, oh my God, DrMick going on with this feminist bullshit. It's not even hard to do that. If you know that your intentions are good, it's not hard to do that. If you in some way know that what you're doing is actually problematic, then you're going to be pissy about what I'm saying. But this is not hard work to do. That's the whole thing that kind of drives me crazy about it, is that like trying to do well by people is not actually difficult. We get wrapped up in our own bullshit about it, and that's what prevents it from happening. So, anyway. I'm sure I probably lost a person or two in that conversation, and that makes me very sad. But I'm glad that I didn't lose you. Let's keep going.
We come in peace. Do as he says, Marston.
You call this a meeting?
Give me your damn weaponry.
This is not what we agreed to. You shut your mouth, you treacherous snake!
Whoa.
Dutch! Professor, get down now!
They killed the stars.
Holy shit.
Do something quick. Just keep.
Wow.
Whatever you do, please don't leave me in here.
You're gonna leave this in a box!
I think I've had about enough of field work today.
Jeez.
I don't know about you, Professor, but I say we get the hell out of here.
Again, they ain't gonna spend the money, so you know. That's man, that's crazy. I get it. I get it.
Someone might as well have this.
Oh baby. And now you have general distrust between groups because a lot of this stuff has taken hold. That's the worst part of all of it, is like now you're at a point where nobody really knows how to give each other the benefit of the doubt because they've been so heavily just pushed into these like biases and lack of trust.
Faster!
Yo, McDougal, slow the f down.
You must have a real bad death wish! Come on! Come on! Here!
Boy, oh boy.
Well, I can safely say that was the worst experience of my life.
I wish I could say the same.
Blackwater. Ah, I will never talk ill of you again.
Civilization in all its glory, Mr. McDougal.
And am I glad to be back? I'm in dire need of a syringe. Something to clear the mind and restore the spirit.
So you ain't planning on sleeping then?
Sleep? My dear boy, I'll probably never sleep again.
Not great.
Slow it up.
Hey,
Ah, the sound of the hoofs on the concrete is so good. Oh, sleep deprivation is definitely not helping him.
Safe and sound. Thank the Lord.
so much for a meeting of minds.
Thank you, Mr. Marston. I could be boiling in a pot right now if it wasn't for you.
Get some rest, Professor.
That went swimmingly.
Good day, sir.
Back between 6 p.m. and 5 a.m. All right, come back at night. Well, let's talk to Agent Ross then. See what he's got for us.
What a pleasant surprise, Mr. Marston. An informant just told us some interesting news. Our mutual friend, Mr. Vanderlyn, is about to pay call on his bank manager. What do you say to having a little financial discussion with the fella? This way.
Let's get up on the roof. We'll have a clear shot at them from there.
I ain't confident in this. Dutch ain't that stupid.
Cattle rustlers, huh?
And this is like, dude, this reminds me of like Ghost of Tsushima. Like this is so like, this is so like underestimating what you're working with. When you underestimate your enemies, you lose.
In and out of the building. So cover it tight. Do you see those horses to the left by the building across the street? Dutch's boys hitched them there. They'll have to run that way to make their escape. Don't start shooting until they're out in the open. If we spook them, they might retreat back and hole up inside. Don't shoot till I give you the signal. Keep your sights trained on that bank door.
There's no way.
Don't shoot till I give you the signal.
No way
Don't
this
shoot!
works.
That man is a hostage! They shot him dead! They're coming out! Gun them down!
Dude, this is terrible because Dutch knows that basically like the natives are going to be treated as expendable. I shot the guy in the dick.
They're in the window! Pick them off! Take out those snipers in the windows!
Man, this scope is not enjoyable.
Got some making a break for it! Get them! Got some making a break for it! Get them!
Where the hell is he?
Shoot, Marston! They're going to escape!
I don't even see him, man. Right? Like he's like
Why aren't you shooting? We can't let them get away!
90 sniper rifle ammo? Holy shit. Am I just stupid? Oh, there he is.
Don't let them escape!
Maybe? Am I gonna have to run over there?
They're making a break for it!
Ugh. Janky ass game.
Got
I'll
some
do it
making a break
myself.
for it. Get them!
Oh my god, really? So dumb. What the hell? Where is he? We're like stormtroopers up here. I'm not allowed to shoot this guy. What the hell, man?
You do realize... Nobody shoots until I say. Someone's coming out. He's unarmed. Hold your fire. The bastard's killed! Open fire!
Oh my god.
Making a break for it.
Gotta take the Coriolis effect into account here.
I hope you know who you're dealing with, mister. Got some making a break for it. Get them.
Nobody's making a break for it right now, Chief.
Quick, they're running out the door. Kill them. Got some making a break for it. Get them. Marston, head into the bank with Hopkins and Manning. Get Dutch. Be careful. There may be some innocent people there.
We can take them. Let's move. They'll cover the windows from up top.
What a set piece.
Follow me. Marston, shoot the door open. Let's go. Watch out, Ron. Come here, boy.
Oh shit, I hit the wrong button. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Back the hell
117.
up.
115. God damn it.
Please don't kill me!
Easier than butter. It's clean
Oh,
here.
this is so
Last chance, you sons of bitches.
Oh my god! Help me!
You tough guys, huh? I'm the one that's gonna bring you everybody out.
what a
Run
shot.
now.
Good work. Dutch ain't down here. He's got to be hiding upstairs somewhere.
There's no way Dutch is here. There's no way Dutch is here.
Get him, sinner. They must be in here. Marston, get the door. We got you covered.
Couldn't be this stupid. There's no way he's this stupid.
Oh, it's nice to see you, John.
Hello, Dutch.
Wow.
How's Abigail?
Well, I hope. Ain't seen her for a while.
Because you've been chasing me?
Let the woman go, Dutch.
Of course. Of course. How's your little boy?
He ain't so little now.
No, he must be what? 15? 16? Doesn't time fly?
Don't adjust. It's over, man.
Of course. Of course. I surrendered, John. You're the master now.
I've been my master since you left me to die.
We all make mistakes, John. I never claimed to be a saint, but equally, I never took you for an errand boy.
Just trying to help my family, Dutch. By making compromises we all have to. Now let her go. It's over.
You want the girl, John?
Take her. Yep, he's gonna throw her and then run.
You always were the romantic sort. You know, gentlemen, this man here, oh, he married a whore. Used to ride with us. We all had her. Oh, but he married her. And you know that makes him a better man than us. He's a better man. Have the girl, John.
Easy, Dutch.
She's a parting gift from me.
Oh! God damn!
Let's get after him.
That's pretty apropos for Dutch. He's not one to admit defeat. He's also, he knows how to work. He knows how to work the levers. He knows how to empathize, show that he knows you, shows that he tries to show that he has some degree of power over you by knowing things about you, whether it's to soften you or make you realize. It's probably more about making you realize that he He thinks about you. He knows about you. He's somebody who is special in some kind of way, and then he turns that to sort of leverage that empathy into hatred and self-loathing that makes it look like it's more legitimate because it's driven by and comes from him. He's a master at it. He's really good at it. It's a way that he manages to move through various human interactions and contexts in a way that he continues to have power and has developed a cult of personality. He does it via manipulation. He'll build you up. He'll cut you down. He knows how to pull the levers in a way that keeps you in a sweet spot. That requires an immense capacity for understanding the humans around you. That's the sad thing to me, is Dutch is not a psychopath. Dutch is not somebody who is devoid of the ability to connect with other humans. He has an unbelievable capacity to do it, but does it for his own gain. And does it in a way that people often don't realize that he's in it for himself until it's too late. There is, if it wasn't so abhorrent, there's a part of me that I don't respect it. I respect it in the sense that I have to respect a cobra's ability to kill me. I respect it in the sense that, like, he's a master. He's really good at manipulating the human psychological experience for his own gain. And that's what makes him formidable and scary, and it's how he controls situations, and it's why you have to take the chance you get instead of letting him control it. He knows how to get people off kilter. But in order to get people off kilter, you have to understand what puts them on kilter. Does it say anything about how his self-care and style seems to have significantly decreased compared to how he used to look? I mean, other than he's on the run and probably doesn't want to overly differentiate himself from, like, you know, as this, like, dapper white dude in comparison to the natives that he's trying to recruit for his cause. But I think it's probably just a level of kind of recognition of the circumstances he's in. He's been on the run. In the same way that, like, if you look at pictures of what Saddam Hussein looked like when they pulled him out of the hole versus what he looked like while he was the dictator of Iraq. You know, like, Dutch is basically in the same boat. How does that skill get developed for good purposes, though? Well, you have to have the right environment. It's all about reinforcement, where you get your energy, where you get your connection needs, etc. from. But it's also like, in order to do good, you have to recognize that you could do evil if you wanted to. You actively choose to do things that are more... Being self-indulgent is easier. Looking out for number one is easier until it becomes harder than looking out for other people. So it's about intention. It's about, like, so many people want to believe that they're just good. I only have a capacity in me to do good things. You have to understand the ways in which you could be evil. The ways in which you could make decisions that are problematic for other people, maybe to your own benefit. And actively choose to do things that don't lead you down that path. If it sounds very Star Wars Jedi dark side, it's because there's real truth to the way that, like, the Jedi conceptualize some of the dark side stuff. I don't really love the binary, but some of that stuff is very much fits this. So you have to practice it and be intentional about it and not engage naivete around your own capacity.
I don't see him! What the hell happened in there? This is your fault, Marston!
You got a gun too, Sheriff.
You waited too long!
Next time I'll just shoot the girl.
That's enough. Come on, let's find the bastard.
Pretty good retort.
He went this way.
Wow, he got out of there fast.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, what happened in there? We saw Vanderlyn escaping from some men.
He stole off with the bank manager in an automobile.
Let's just say, Dutch ain't gone and got himself saved. He killed some poor woman.
There's an old logging camp further down this road. It's been abandoned for years. My guess is that's where they're headed. Come on, follow me. So that's the great Dutch? What a role model! The man who made you who you are.
I guess so.
Has he changed?
No, still the same crazy bastard he turned into.
How was it seeing him after all this time? Did he tug on your heartstrings?
He kind of reminds me of you. Violent piece of shit who went and confused himself with God.
Isn't that sweet of you? Now you must kill him. Your side is chosen.
My side ain't chosen. My side was given. I'd kill you 100 times before I killed Dutch, if it was an option.
Hallelujah! I think we're finally reaching an understanding, Mr. Marston.
Again, the guy's not wrong. He doesn't have
Who
to
the
be
hell
a
are
dick.
you fellers anyway? Lawmen or army?
Look, that's Dutch's car. Hurry, he can't have got more.
Let's touch his car. Oh, what's up, Julia? Hello, friends. Oh boy. Oh boy.
You're dead already, you know that?
You can't hide.
It's me, DrMick, licensed marriage and family therapist. I got a PhD in human development. This is Game Sessions with a Therapist, where we play cool games like Red Dead Redemption, and I use my therapist brain to analyze it, talk about mental health, psychology, therapy, and more in an effort to destigmatize those things, bring information to folks who wouldn't otherwise have it in a responsible and ethical way. I do not do therapy on stream, but I do answer mental health related questions at the beginning of every stream, and I'm happy to answer them at that time. Right now we're playing Red Dead Redemption 2, or Red Dead Redemption 1. I am very far into the game, so if you don't want it spoiled, I suggest that you leave. But Julia, I hope you had a wonderful stream. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for bringing people over here. You're wonderful. And if y'all don't follow What If Julia, you should follow her. She's great. Sorry to that random bird I just shot while I'm trying to kill you guys.
It's gonna take more than one of you, partner.
Did you do a playthrough of The Last of Us 2? Yeah. Oh yeah. It's on YouTube. All my playthroughs are on YouTube for anybody that wants to watch. I've played all sorts of cool popular games like that. And I have played Red Dead Redemption 2, so I'm currently playing this because we played 2 and then they put this out on PC, and so hey look, we're right back where we just were. Feels like those old school Call of Duty games that were out at the time, where you just everything you do is just killing waves of enemies over and over again in different places. Not a lot of dynamic aspects to this. Anyway, I appreciate y'all being here. Thanks for hanging out. I do a lot of pausing and analysis when I'm not shooting a bunch of people.
You starting to regret this yet?
Where's Dutch, Marston?
He got away.
Scared to shoot him? Too much to handle?
When the opportunity presents itself, I'll put a bullet in him, don't you worry. Won't like myself for doing it, but I'll do it.
Ah, good man, good man. You know, at the end of this, you'll probably get a medal. I know I shall.
No. Knew it wouldn't be that easy. No longer get in trouble for stealing horses because you're famous. Is that a wolf? That's a wolf. Oh my god. These are wolves. Holy shit. I don't want to kill you, wolves. Oh my god.
This is dirty.
Okay. Julia, The Last of Us 2 is a wonderful playthrough. If folks are interested in hearing me talk about trauma and revenge and all the other huge myriad of themes that are present in that game, yeah, my playthrough's on YouTube. I encourage you all to check it out. I hope you're enjoying it. Oh, goodness gracious. Old Dutch Vanderland giving us... I love that it's the same voice actor. I was wondering if that was going to be the case.
Come on.
Was he originally the voice actor in this, or was it that the remastered version they had him reread the lines?
Come.
Yes, I also played the original Last of Us. Do you want an answer to that? Yeah, I'd take an answer to that. Exclamation point links if you all want my YouTube channel. Alright.
Yeah. Let's go. Hello. Hey.
Alright, so I have to come back at night.
Tell me more.
Good job, Caleb.
Look in these cards. Don't play.
Men like John Marston just ain't got respect for authority.
That John Marston's meaner than the box.
Nighttime yet?
I can't stand to see a man walk around with
John Marston.
Careful, mister.
I arrested some idiot.
Professor.
Oh, it's you, dear boy. Come in, and shut the door.
What's going on? You leaving?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am, sir. You know the thing that is vital, without which scholarship cannot proceed, sir?
No, I don't.
Not having a bullet in your flipping neck, sir. I am not cut out for this. No, I'm not cut out for this at all.
Nope.
They're fucking savages! Savages!
I think we all are.
Me, sir? I'm from Connecticut. I'm a professor at Yale. I write books. I do not deserve to die out here.
So he may not be savage in the conventional sense of shooting people with reckless abandon, murdering, all that stuff. But you could make the argument that his savagery is academic. he is actively writing and contributing to a body of research that is going to lead to giant groups of people being subjected to awful things, with his research being used as justification for that. That's where his savagery lies. His intellect, his prowess, his status as the professor that he is something that is being used, unfortunately, to cultivate really problematic representation of people who don't deserve it and are going to potentially be killed or subjected to like torture and marginalization as a result of it. Not good. So if you have a myopic view of savagery, sure, yeah, no, you haven't pulled the trigger on anything. Great. But he's kind of slave to his own boxed-in view of things. Sad, given the fact that he's a professor. He's gonna die of overdose. Almost assuredly. He's a mess right now. And he does not live at a time where there is support around how to get off this shit.
Where's my tincture? Oh, yes.
He's gonna get an infection.
You okay, Professor?
Oh, dandy, sir. Just dandy. Oh, great heavens above!
Is that you, John?
No way.
Hello, Dutch.
I think that's what they call two for the price of one out here in this wonderful place.
Maybe so, Dutch.
You and your friend there, the professor, we're gonna kill the both of you.
Why you want to do a thing like that?
I don't know. Sport, I guess.
John's a threat. John is working with like the one force that Dutch can't really afford to fight and has to run from. And he probably knows that I think the other reason is because he knows that John is intelligent. Dutch is threatened by intelligent people. First, he tries to manipulate them, and once there's a show that he can't manipulate them and get them to serve his interests, he becomes highly threatened by them. Arthur being an example, John being an example. Dutch, for all his faults, does appreciate his enemy, does understand what he's working with. And I think probably wants John dead because he knows that John is, one, gonna do what he needs to do for the government, and two, he's scared of how intelligent John is, and John has insight into Dutch in the same way that Dutch has insight into him. If there's anybody that's gonna help the feds get Dutch, it's a person who knew him intimately. John is a threat. For Dutch, it's if I can't manipulate you into joining me, then I have to eliminate you. And in a weird way, Dutch hunting John is an immense sign of respect. Huge sign of respect. Not that you need to have Dutch's respect in order to, be fulfilled. But this is an immense sign of respect that Dutch is trying to kill John here. And that he's taking a risk of coming into Blackwater to do it.
Fair enough. Why don't I come out there? We fight. Let the professor go and send your boys back to their families.
Well, that sounds like a beautiful plan, John. Only problem is, my boys here, they already lost their families a long time ago. We aren't thieves, John. We're fighting for something a bit like you. Only we're fighting for an idea, not just for ourselves.
An idea that he never really separated from himself.
That's beautiful, Dutch. You always were a fine speaker.
I was. Now, would you kindly send that academic out here so we can show him what we really think about the art of anthropology?
Please, sir, what are we going to do?
I'm gonna hand you over to him and watch him tear you limb from limb.
What?
I'm just kidding. We're gonna run across the rooftops. Get you back to your ivory tower.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank me, we're still here. Come on.
That is a very unpredictable piece of levity there. Holy shit.
Oh, come here.
Good day, sir. Madam.
Look here, sir. What is the meaning of this outrage?
You two stay down and shut up.
I don't.
Come on. We can get to the roof this way.
This is not gonna end well.
John! Help me, John! One more move, and he's a dead man. This land will be stained with your blood, Chief. I was this for Savage Professor.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. God damn it. I had the wrong gun.
Stay back.
I realized that
The
too late.
teacher gets it. You shall. God, you took your sweet time.
What do we do now? They've got us pinned down on both sides.
Oh, this whole thing is so ridiculous. Oh my god. I don't even want to use a sniper rifle. I'm gonna do it this way.
That last syringe was a mistake.
You really ain't helping, McDougal. Is that all you've got?
Oh, that's where I'm being shot from. I was wondering.
I think that's most of them. The coast looks clear.
Come on then, let's make a break for it. The horses should be in an alleyway down here.
And there's, of course, there's no way they get that. Oh, I was hoping I could jump off the roof onto my horse. That would have been cool.
Giddy up. Come on, let's get the hell out of Blackwater.
I don't want to hang out with you.
Head for Manzanita Post. I'm taking the first train out of here. This really couldn't have gone more horribly wrong.
At least you got some good material for your next book.
You know, I dreamt of documenting the last days of the Old West. The romance, the honor, the nobility. But it turns out it's just people killing each other.
It always was, Professor. And the Old West ain't quite dead yet.
Oh, I know, Mr. Marston. Believe me, I know. This is insanity!
Here we go.
Oh my God! There's more of them!
Don't make me kill you!
Great.
Let's go!
Runs into the one fence. Okay. Folks, you may not want to be on these streets right now.
Hurry! There's more of them! Leave me alone!
Oh, God. Horse. Oh, God.
Go!
Come on. Come on. Get away from the bear.
Here we are! Finally! A one-way ticket to civilization, please. My research is complete. Much as I thought. There's no civilizing this savage land.
I could have told you that for nothing.
Ah, but they'll give me a prize in New Haven for this. Well, they bloody better.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Marston.
Best of luck, dear friend.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, man. Not worth
So long,
it.
Professor.
Or opium. I mean, he very well could be doing like heroin
So
at this
long,
point.
sir.
Give me $100. What a sweetie. And Zanita Trading Company. What a cool little outpost. Let's check this out.
Every day, more new people get off the train. They just keep coming.
How are you, friend?
Just let me know what you need.
Tomahawk. Holy shit.
I hope you enjoy a smooth ride. Pretty soon they'll be introducing more comfortable trading seating to entice the wealthy. Well, let's see what we can do for you.
That'll do me.
Well, let me know if you need any help.
Somebody playing a harmonica over here? Hell yeah. Oh, what's up, dog? All right, so we drove them all the way here, and now we go all the way back.
Let's go.
Jeez, ma'am, I wasn't even that close to you.
Easy. There we go. That's one.
I love the train.
Come on.
I still gotta find beaver pelts for that one dude. It said like the rivers up north. I mean, this count? Maybe like here? I would think that it would. See if there's any beavers up here.
Let's go.
No, this is not the kind of river that a beaver would make a dam on. Which means if I go down... Because it wouldn't be it. But rivers to the north. Stillwater Creek. See, I would think like Stillwater Creek maybe is as good as... Oh, it shows it on the map. God, what a... Literally shows you what animals are around here. Find... Beavers. Maybe it gives me a journal. Beavers can likely be found near rivers up north. That's so non-committal. Can likely be found by rivers up north. This would be rivers up north. I wonder... Alright, if I go into tall trees, and I go over here. I do want to know how that side quest ends up. I don't care too much about the flowers one, but... By the way, I appreciate you all watching. Thanks for taking the time to engage with this, whether you're here live, if you stayed through the raid, if you're watching this on YouTube as they come out or way into the future. Thanks. Just bought this house for $400. That's expensive. But nice ass cabin. Wish I could have bought my house for $400. That would have been awesome.
Let's go.
I mean, John's bought a real estate empire. He's gonna like Airbnb his cabin up here in Manzanita. Extort people for rent down in Mexico. Gonna have a whole empire. John Marston Enterprises. You did buy your house for 400, and then a few more instances of 400. That's true. That's is one way to put it. Hey, this is a ripping river here. So if I follow this river down, I would think this would count as a river up north.
Yeah.
Bald eagle. Morning twilight, hard to see shit in.
Come on.
My horse is a trooper. I'm on the wrong side of this river.
Whoa.
Go.
Cross Mason's Bridge. Gotta be in these rivers that are down here. Gotta be.
Come on.
You're right.
Let's go.
Got wild boar.
Where is it?
This isn't really like a flowing river that beavers would dam up.
Hey.
You know, I say I bought my house. I didn't buy my house. The bank bought my house. The mortgage lender bought my house.
Sir, I beg of you. My wife has been abducted and we must rescue her.
I'm good. I'm looking for beaver. Like, the animal kind. Not the your wife kind. Beginning to suspect there ain't no beaver in these parts. Sad state of affairs. Man goes to a river in search of beaver and doesn't find any. I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming. I heard you. Dick. I wasn't gonna shoot you. I was being cool. If my presence is an act of aggression, then I don't know what to tell you.
Come on. Let's get this over with.
I don't want to go back to Thieves Landing. I do have a house there, though. This guy running. Just running. Where the hell's my horse? God damn, I don't want to run all the way to Thieves Landing. What are we doing here? I hate that it's always dark and nighttime here. Well. Good thing I got houses aplenty. Good news is we can search for beaver later, and we're gonna have to do that. Thank you very much, my friends, for hanging out for part 16. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. I certainly. Do leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. I'm grateful that you care about what I have to say about these things. Game provides a plethora of educational fodder, as do my other playthroughs, so make sure you check those out. If you're binging, I'll see you right here in the next episode, and if you're waiting for the next one to come out, I'll get it out as soon as I can. Appreciate y'all immensely. You matter. I'll see you on the next one.